Now, as I introduce our guest, let me also say that I have with me in my hand tonight Sudhanshu Trivedi, Mahesh Jethmalani, Ratan Sharda on one side, and Saba Naqvi, Waris Pathan, Rahul Narwekar of the NCP, the party which coined the Bhagwar Atankwad phrase. The NCP has the copyright on that phrase of saffron terror. I hope he explains tonight, if not apologizes. And Sudhindra Bhadoria of the BSP also joining us on the debate. And with me, viewers, if you're wondering what these papers are, let me tell you, I have papers which are part of the investigation of the GRP after the Samjhauta blast took place in Punjab on February 18th, 2007. 68 people had been killed. Based upon the testimonies of two surviving passengers on the Samjhauta Express, sketches of two suspects were prepared. One of them, Ajmat Ali, was traced to Mustafabad district, Lahore, arrested after his sketch was released in the papers on March 1st, 2007. He was put in Amritsar jail. Note that when he was interrogated, it was revealed that he had entered India through the Atari border and travelled to several cities. The police are on record, Saba, in these papers saying this man is not just shrewd, but he is deceiving, and there are several discrepancies in his statement. The police, based on the interrogation, claim that Azmat used a false name of Rajesh Khanna. There is a mention of this Pakistani man in the Atari bomb blast, and the police said we need to interrogate him. Now, the most surprising part, and I'm saying this tonight, the most shocking part is that suddenly this man was released by the authorities and told, please go back to Pakistan. Now, why does this happen? Tell me. Why does this happen, Mahesh Jethmalani? Let me start with you. That here the investigators are pursuing a Pakistani angle to the Samjhauta blast. The man is seen as suspicious. He has entered India in a false name. He's a Pakistani citizen. He's from Lahore. And suddenly in 10 days, a serious suspect in a serious case of terrorism is told, Bhaiya, Pakistan chale jaiye. And then you turn around, you release the Pakistani. Let me complete in 10 seconds. You release the Pakistani and then the government says, नहीं नहीं इसमें कोई पाकिस्तान का एंगल है ही नहीं, ये तो भगवा टेरर है. This is saffron terrorism. This is carried out by people with links to the RSS. These papers today indicate something very serious, and by the way, that empty chair rightly belongs to Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. They can sit whenever they want, including Mr. Gandhi himself. Yes, please, Mahesh Jethmalani.
Well, you know, Arnab, the inferences are extremely disturbing, and you know, a long time back I brought this notice to the court that in these two very, very important cases, Samjhauta Express and in Malegaon 2006, both extremely unfortunate incidents where, you know, lots of people died. 30 Muslims were killed in Malegaon 2006. And many others injured, and 68 people killed in the Panipat in Haryana, the Samjhauta Express. In both these cases, there was a complete contradiction pending on the charge sheet between the original investigation and a U-turn. The original investigation in both these cases was extremely professional, very efficient, backed by solid evidence. And it led to a particular group of suspects belonging mainly, in the case of Samjhauta Express, as you pointed out, to people who had come across the border from Pakistan. And Pakistan, in fact, had admitted it and said we were investigating these sketches sent to us and other dossiers which the Indian government had sent by Mr. Manarayan. And in the case of Malegaon, 9 members of SIMI, or Indian Mujahideen in its subsequent nomenclature, which you interviewed Mr. Raghuvanshi. I saw that interview, and I'm fully aware of the whole details of that case. I don't want to go into too much detail, but let me tell you something. The forensic evidence, the circumstantial evidence, the direct evidence in that case was so overwhelming that even though the UPA government took out the ATS Maharashtra and Mr. Raghuvanshi's team from that case and brought in the CBI before they brought in the NIA, the CBI reaffirmed all those findings and said that it was good. In fact, they added 1 or 2 more accused, if my memory serves me right, from the SIMI to what the ATS had done. Yet suddenly, on the basis of a completely absurd confession by Asim Anand, It was given. And look, who started all this? It is the politicians who first started saffron terror and then started creating evidence to promote their rhetoric. But the scientific evidence still remained on record in both these cases. So I had gone to the court to say, look, one of these two has to be correct. You can't have Simi collaborating with saffron terrorists. It's not possible. Both of them are still on the charge sheet. Somebody has to unravel this case. I did this in 2011.
Yeah.
But till today, there are no answers.
No, this is I mean, if Ishrat, Rahul Narwekar, if Ishrat was a very serious case in which a terrorist was being given a clean sheet and projected by people, unfortunately, including your party, in an unthought manner as some kind of a martyr, which you should actually be explaining a lot to the people for. Rahul Narwekar, here the CBI and the anti-terror squad showed and proved a link to Pakistan. Why was the Pakistan link covered up in this case? Why was the Pakistan link covered up in the Samjhauta case? Even the Americans were telling us that Samjhauta was carried out by the Pakistanis. Why were we covering it up, and who should explain tonight? Were you being fooled and led up the garden path by the Congress party, or should you take some responsibility tonight? In fact, I have more on the story. The former ATS chief has come on record tonight. There are two parallel narratives running on the perpetrators of the Malegaon blast. Do you agree tonight that people like you jumped into this saffron terror thing a little bit too early? For your own selfish
first and foremost, I can
political maneuvering.
Well, great. Well, I can understand your anxiety, your haste in coming to a conclusion despite there being no verdict of any judicial forum in this country. To the contrary, I can understand your haste in this behalf. We can understand your agenda as well, but be that as it may.
The man heading the ATS probe for the 2006 Malegaon blast says that even though he has seen the charge sheet filed by the NIA,
I will come to that.
So answer the questions.
Mr. Goswami, I'll come to that.
No, if you are weak on fact, tell the viewers you are weak on fact. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I will. Give me enough time, you'll get to know all the correct facts. Number one, the stand that we took was not contrary to the judicial verdict that came insofar as the magistrate court is concerned. It is not contrary to what the
there you are on the back foot already.
Team concluded with regards to the Ishrat Jahan case. So if you think we are wrong and we were wrong,
why was the Pakistan angle underplayed?
Or with the verdict of the magistrate court and the SIT. Now you tell me, are you challenging the verdict of the magistrate court? Are you challenging the investigation of the SIT? No, you are not. But you want to politicize this event and therefore point the fingers at some parties for reasons best known to you. Number two, I have also watched the interview of Mr. Raghuvanshi, which was just played on your channel. You asked Mr. Raghuvanshi very clearly, Mr. Raghuvanshi, if you found the direction of the investigation of the NIA contrary to your investigation, did you raise an alarm about it? Or did you raise this issue with the NIA? There is absolutely no answer. There is absolutely no answer from Mr. Raghuvanshi. He prefers to come on Times Now and make these disclosures, but he doesn't prefer to raise these points at the relevant time. This is something which speaks volumes about the whole conduct.
Okay.
And number three.
Okay, have you finished? Have you finished? Have you finished your diatribe?
I don't know if you have faith in the judiciary. But there is no clear verdict as yet on the issue. When the court comes out with its verdict, if the facts led by the then government or the investigating agencies are wrong, they will deal with it. We don't need Arnab Goswami on national television coming and passing judgments on matters which are sub judice.
You don't need me. I agree to you to that limited extent that you don't need me. And I am pretty sure that wisdom is going to dawn on you at the right time. Now let me respond to the 2 points which you made here. And it is my turn to speak and it is your turn to listen.
For the betterment of
Raghuvanshi was brought back as ATS chief
Answer, Mr. Rahul.
Once, two small points. Raghuvanshi was brought back after the death of Hemant Karkare as the ATS chief by a Congress NCP government. So can I give you a cup of coffee? Please
And
wake
so
up.
what?
Then he was good, now he is bad. Point number one. Hypocrisy exposed. Point number two. I didn't interrupt you. Point number two tonight, you say what about the findings of the SIT? What about those cheats who did not present the evidence before the SIT? What about those people who betrayed the nation by keeping facts away from the SIT? What about those who changed the affidavits in the case of Ishrat Jahan? What about the politics that you did after that?
Is there any
Saba is coming back to the debate.
What is happening for the last 3 years?
Sudhanshu,
I'm asking
you're embarrassed tonight because the skeletons are coming out right now, and I tell you they will.
What new evidence has been led? Come on, come out with that.
What about the evidence?
Yes,
Arnab,
yes, Saba.
Referring to your interview with Arnab, can I refer to your interview?
Yeah, you can refer to anything.
There was also an ATS chief called Hemant Karkare who produced a charge sheet. But let me finish. Please let me finish, Sudhanshu. There was also Hemant Karkare who produced a charge sheet against, that is when the Hindu terror, so-called terror charges against ultra right-wing people began to be formed. He was also the ATS chief. I refer particularly to Maligaon 2 blast cases of 2008. There were transcripts of recorded conversations. There was evidence. There was, so is Mr. Raghuvanshi saying that there was nothing like this in 2008? I heard the interview carefully. There was lack of clarity on that. No. Secondly, I want to rebut
No. Point is this. Saba, listen. Saba, one point. Saba, just one point. So that we are on the same page. You see, Saba, I believe that most unfortunately, right, our profession also has now gone into these, particularly polarized way of looking at the facts. So what is happening also among journalists is, if the facts are not convenient to building a certain narrative, then you disregard certain facts. There may be interviews, there may be documents, and I assure you, Saba, you are a good journalist.
I'm not doing that.
No, Saba, I'm not referring to you. I'm saying you're a good journalist. You know that these facts, these documents are not that difficult to obtain. Some people in our business of journalism have put blinkers on. What I'm saying to you tonight is this: if Raghuvanshi has told Times Now that the suspects gave all the details of training, they gave all the details of training centers to a degree which was not possible by anybody unless he himself visits, then on what basis? And when the CBI had backed that, on what basis did the NIA allow these Pakistan-trained suspects to be released on bail? And you know how dangerous it is to let Pakistan-trained suspects to be released on bail. Now consider the depths of the ATS investigation, and tonight, Saba, you should be saying how the NIA debunked, disproved and dismissed each one of them. The ATS has proof of the passports, routes travelled, and even Saba, the topographical evidence of the accused to corroborate the allegation that the accused travelled to Pakistan. All this evidence is there. Now I don't understand. By the way, and today this note of the GRP.
Arnab,
today this note of the GRP. I want Mahesh to also come into this. Today this note of the GRP also raises questions into where this Pakistani went. You arrest a Pakistani in connection with the Samjhauta case, and suddenly you tell him, "Bhaiya, Pakistan chale jao." Why? In 10 days. In 10 days.
No, but
for what reason?
Can I also add one thing for Mahesh?
No, for what reason? Mahesh wants to respond, and then I think Sudhanshu Trivedi wants to come in, and then we take the debate forward. Yes, Sudhanshu wanted to say something. Sudhanshu.
Now I want to first respond to what Rahul was saying, particularly in just one instance of Ishrat Jahan case. I just want two questions. You were quoting the Metropolitan Magistrate decision. Yes, of course, but there are certain level of courts over and above. But the two questions are there. 10 officers were presumably accused, but in the stipulated period of 90 days, nobody was charge sheeted. Second thing, the forensic reports lab report was not submitted in front of the court. Why the government has done like this? After that, pressurizing, pulling and other out of those 10 officers became the basic premise of taking the decision without giving report of forensic lab to the court. So now leave that aspect apart. Come to Samjhauta Express. Samjhauta Express episode, you can say that the UPA government or the NDA government was having some interest or other, but does FBI is having any interest in the India's domestic politics? Their consistent stand was that Samjhauta Express is a Pakistani ploy, and the biggest damage which has been done by UPA government, that when we asked about the 26, during your government, when we asked about the 2611 accused, they asked that you have not handed over the Samjhauta Express accused.
You see how serious this...
Because your leaders like Sri Digvijay Singh were giving the narrative that 2611 was an RSS conspiracy. And on the issue of Hemant Karkare,
and logically,
first, when Digvijay Singh ji on record had said that he was in touch with Hemant Karkare, and prior to his death, he has also talked to him.
Saba, Waris Pathan. Saba, Waris Pathan, if you want to come in. 1 second.
In touch with Congress leader who are the very staunch proponent of...
Okay, Waris Pathan coming into the debate. Waris Pathan.
Trivedi.
Yeah.
Sudhanshu Trivedi. Now, can
Arnab, Arnab.
Okay, Waris Pathan.
Waris Pathan. Following your TV channel since the last evening.
In terror cases.
And let me tell you.
Do you not have an agenda? You
we are not having a agenda.
I have been watching the interview of Mr. KP Raghuvanshi since evening. Let me get 30 seconds. I have been listening to everybody.
Waris, 1 minute before I come to you. I am going to give you your turn. I am going to give you your turn. Waris Pathan, I am coming only to you. But please understand, is this good for the country? Is this good for the nation? You are letting Pakistanis, Lashkar and Simi off the hook.
Let me answer.
I am asking you today, you should be asking, where is Ajmat Ali today? He was traced to Mustafabad district in Lahore. He was put in Amritsar jail. He was let off.
I am ready with the answers because, Arnab, since evening I have been watching the interview of KP Raghuvanshi on your channel. So I had made certain research. Kindly see the book written by retired IG of Maharashtra, Shri S.F. Mushrif, who killed Karkare, and the other book written by him, the one
Mahesh Jethmalani
organization RSS. He says so in the book that Mr. KP Raghuvanshi was a very good friend of Lieutenant Colonel Purohit, and that he has invited Colonel Purohit for training and investigation. And the book further reveals that during the course of investigation, when Hemant Karkare came to a particular motorcycle which was remained the name of Sadhvi Pragya, from that the investigation started. 3 laptops were seized by them in the Malegaon blast, 1 belonging to Colonel Purohit, 2 belonging to Dayanand Pandey. When the laptops were sent for forensics, 46 video and audio clips came out of it. 24 video, 24 audio. Out of that, only 3 clips from audio and video were played.
Okay, one question. Waris.
If you are showing that the rules were so clinching,
Muslim innocent,
then the process has started in 2006.
Innocent Muslims were kept.
Why the charge sheet was not filed in 2011?
Raghuvanshi is responsible for it.
And even in some cases, the UPA government was unable to file a charge sheet in 2014.
Then the charge sheet came to be filed by the CBI. Then NIA came into play in 2009. NIA came into play in the year 2009. NIA investigated the case. NIA filed the charge sheet saying that the actual person who are involved are the Hindu terror groups and not the Muslims. And that is why they gave a clean sheet. They took no objection.
Waris Pathan, check your facts. Waris Pathan, 1 minute. Waris Pathan, check your facts. Waris Pathan, you are saying today that a certain narrative was presented. Please tell me whether Mr. Raghuvanshi was also the director of the CBI. Was Mr. Raghuvanshi director of the CBI? Why did the CBI also follow the same angle as the Maharashtra ATS? Was Raghuvanshi director of the CBI? Was Raghuvanshi director of the CBI? Did the CBI believe that the 2006 Malegaon link had a link to Pakistan? Did the CBI believe that the 2006 Malegaon blast have a link to Pakistan?
The NIA investigated and it is clear that the Hindu sovereign terrorist group were involved in 17 blasts in the country. That is
Mahesh Jethmalani is responding now. Mahesh Jethmalani is responding.
Nobody has challenged the
Mr. Jethmalani.
of the book, or nobody has refuted the facts that are laid down in the book. Nobody
this is not a Sherlock Holmes novel. Waris Pathan.
But you are not referring the investigating.
Okay, Mahesh Jethmalani.
Whether it is the CBI, the Indian investigating agency, or the FBI, that is the US investigating agency.
Waris Pathan, Mahesh Jethmalani is responding.
Allow me to speak. I don't have a television in front of me. Kindly allow me to speak.
Mr. Jethmalani.
Kindly listen to the facts. Kindly listen to the truth.
Sir, I am listening to the facts, but the problem is that you think that this is the AIMIM rally going on. Mr. Waris Pathan, your answers have to be finished in a certain time frame. Please don't continue on and go on and on. There are other people participating in the panel discussion as well. So, Mr. Waris Pathan, please थोड़ा break लगाइए अपने बातों पर. Thank you very much, Mahesh Jethmalani. Mahesh Jethmalani is responding to you. Mr. Jethmalani is responding to you. Sir, listen to the other side. Mr. Jethmalani.
Listen to those facts. You don't.
Okay, Waris, you can come. Okay, Waris, can you just give me 5 minutes? Okay, Waris, we'll all listen to you. Just give me 5 minutes.
I was not given 30 seconds.
Okay. Waris, just 5 minutes. 2 minutes, not even 5 minutes. Arnab, listen, these are issues of serious national concern and national interest. Neither need we politicize it nor blame anybody at this stage. Ultimately, this is all going to be unraveled by a court of law. But everybody on this show, right, and particularly Waris Pathan, who belongs to a particular political party with a denominational interest, he should be interested in getting justice for those 68 people and the 30 people, mainly Muslims, in those two places. Now, there are two contradictory theories. Does he or does he not want to find out? Now, I'm a Hindu, but I am not in denial about the fact that there was something like fringe Hindu counter-terrorism. In 2008 Malegaon,
there are 17 blasts.
In 2008 Malegaon, there's a prima facie case that nobody else was involved. No Simi, nothing.
The Malegaon blast, all these blasts are there. Why don't they investigate those cases? And why?
Waris, just wait. Waris, why are you filibustering? You will get your turn.
NIA first gave a reply that they have no objection for discharge. But now
you see, the trouble is everybody gets polemical.
The NIA must not succumb to the pressure of the government.
Okay, Waris.
NIA must not succumb to the pressure of the government.
Bhaiya, just 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Point is, there's no point getting polemical. I doubt if Waris Pathan has actually read the two charge sheets filed by the ATS/CBI on the one hand, and the case filed by the NIA after it took over. If he did, I'm sure, seasoned lawyer that he is, will certainly at least come to the conclusion that the first investigation, if he really is interested, in getting justice for those Muslims who died in 2006, that the first investigation is far sounder and more credible than the second one. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm a Hindu. I'm saying this on the basis of a detailed study of the two charge sheets. Same thing with Samjhauta Express. For God's sake, it's based on both these cases.
Even I am making my submission on the basis of the two charge sheets that are filed in the court.
So, okay.
1 minute. So am I. Yes. Now, just 1 minute. Waris, is it correct or is it not correct that in both these cases, the Hindu people, the so-called saffron terrorists who have been involved are involved on a retracted confession of one Asimanand, and that is not even a confession because Asimanand doesn't say, I committed Samjhauta blast or I committed Malegaon 2006. All he says is, one Sunil Joshi, who is dead in 2006. All Asimanand says is one Sunil Joshi, who died in 2006, told me when he was alive that I was behind those two blasts, and that's the foundation of the change in conspiracy theories. Nothing else.
No, what about the statement recorded by the magistrate under 164(3) of Badana?
Which statements are you talking about? Waris, which statements are you talking about?
Colonel Purohit was also present.
Okay, now both of you have stopped for one while. Now both of you stop. Now Waris Pathan, please stop. Waris Pathan, please stop. वारिस पठान प्लीज स्टॉप. ये MIM की रैली नहीं है कि आप नॉन स्टॉप बोल रहे हैं. आप जरा 2 मिनट तो रुक जाइए. 5 और पैनलिस्ट हैं, आप बोलने ही नहीं दे रहे किसी और को. प्लीज प्लीज. अरे भाई प्लीज.
Mr. Arnab Goswami,
Arre,
this is
God's
not your
sake,
court.
no, Mr.
I am
Waris
talking
Pathan,
here as a lawyer before you.
Yeah, that's all right.
I am talking as a lawyer.
Yeah, but you finished your turn. Now my question is this. My question is this. Now, Waris Pathan, please be quiet for a while. Sudhindra, Bhadoria, understand how serious this issue is now. Understand how serious this issue is now. People of this country are watching. And people of this country are asking an answer from politicians like you, Waris Pathan and Rahul Narwekar. Why were you helping Pakistan with the kind of politics that you were doing? Please understand why I'm saying this to you. And I don't think, by the way, Saba, that it is secular to help Pakistan. No, I don't think it is. Some people think it is secular to help Pakistan.
So let me now.
Some people have a view that it is secular to help Pakistan.
Please let me come in.
But I am just saying this tonight, Sudhindra Bhadoria.
पाकिस्तान को हेल्प करने का इससे बड़ा उदाहरण नहीं हो सकता.
Yeah, I would like to
कि जो
come in. As you
समझौता
have
एक्सप्रेस
taken my
पाकिस्तान ने
name, I
किया,
would like to come
उसे
into
हमने
the
अपने
debate
ऊपर
now.
उठा.
Yeah.
और फिर पाकिस्तान को ये कहने का मौका दे दिया
Listen, please.
कि आपने समझौता एक्सप्रेस किया तो हमने 26/11
Can I come in now?
Yes, please. Mr. Bhadoria, open the debate. Mr. Bhadoria.
Can I
पाकिस्तान
come
की
in now?
मदद करने का हो नहीं सकता.
Mr. Bhadoria.
Well, if he has spoken, I would like to make a very brief intervention. Look here, we, as far as we are concerned, whether it comes from Pakistan or it comes from some other nation.
No, we are talking
state,
about Pakistan.
If terrorism is breeding in this country, whether it comes from whether it comes from the Chinese side, whether
No,
it
I'm
comes
talking
from
about Pakistan.
the Pakistani side or from any side.
talking only about Pakistan.
One moment, please. Now
No,
that
but
you
we are talking about Pakistan. Next you'll say whether terrorism comes from Bhutan. I'm talking about Pakistan.
No, one moment.
Pakistan.
You see, we are talking about this terror, and we are also talking about terror because you know that this should be examined properly. And let me also say
Mr.
this:
Bhadoria.
whether the terror, whichever the
Mr.
regime
Bhadoria,
comes,
are you
they
listening
want
to me?
do and-
Mr. Bhadoria,
and
are you
do
listening
both.
to me, sir?
They want to do,
Sir,
and
are you
whatever has
listening to
happened
me,
in the
sir?
past. Also,
Sir, you see,
similarly,
sir,
we are
you see
seeing
what
now.
Mr. Bhadoria.
Therefore,
Nahin,
I
nahin.
have to say this. Let me complete, please.
You and
I've been
Rahul
listening
Narwekar
to
have
this
no
whole
reply to
debate
me.
and to you as well. I'm just making a one minute intervention, and you are not letting me speak. I'm only saying this, that even in the present times we have seen how in Pathankot, how in Kashmir, during the NDA regime also, certain terrorists have entered, terrorist activities are taking place,
Sir.
and cover up is being done. So therefore there should be a proper total inquiry on this, and the responsibility should be fixed. Whoever is indulging in terrorism,
Sir,
they should be brought to book, and punishment should be
let me
meted out
let me
with
intervene
iron
now.
hands.
Let me intervene now, and let me just say one thing to the viewers. Mr.
Bhadoria.
Mr.
Bhadoria ji, in 2007 December, your government was there in Uttar Pradesh, and there was a series of blasts in the various court campuses of UP. And when Mulayam Singh Yadav government tried to withdraw cases against those who are terror accused, has your party opposed? No. This is the reason. That's why I would like to say,
we have opposed truth and nail. Let me tell you, you are in hand in glove with Mulayam Singh Yadav. You are hand in glove with Mulayam Singh Yadav. Whether about terrorism or Muzaffarnagar riots, we know you. How you are hand in glove with Mulayam Singh Yadav. You are hand in glove with Mulayam Singh Yadav.
उससे मुलायम सिंह की सरकार अपने केसेस
मिले हुए हैं, आप आतंकवाद में भी मिले हैं, सांप्रदायिक दंगे में भी मिले हैं, आप दोनों मिलकर देश में शांति पैदा करना चाहते हैं, उत्तर प्रदेश में आग लगाना चाहते हैं. हमारे लोग बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे. आपकी ये दोहरी चाल को हम जानते हैं.
Or Arnab, I would like to say one more thing on the saffron terror. Those who are saying, I would just like to put facts. Most of the cases were transferred to NIA in 2011. The charge sheeted were framed only in 2011. Then why this phrase was first used in the Rajya Sabha in December 2009
that is what
by
you
Home
want to
Minister. Then again in August 2010 by Mr. Chidambaram. In July 2010 by Rahul Gandhi. And in December 2010 by Digvijay Singh. So before getting any conclusion or conclusion from the investigative agencies and the judicial process,
Okay, can we?
you have
Okay, why I want to try a little experiment. I want to, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Mr. Trivedi,
not the proper conclusion.
Mr. Trivedi, I now want to do a little experiment. Experiment को हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं? वो प्रयोग। मैं एक छोटा सा प्रयोग इधर करना चाहता हूँ न्यूज़ आवर पे। और एक्सपेरिमेंट ये है, Saba will also take part in this and so will Rahul Narwekar.
यार अर्नब एक्सपेरिमेंट let me
नहीं सबा मुझे मेरा ये प्रयोग और एक्सपेरिमेंट करने दीजिए 10 मिनट के लिए। सारा मामला सीधा हो जाएगा, दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा। एक मिनट। Now the experiment is this: we will only answer questions factually. We will not get emotional. We will not get angry at each other. We will not call each other names. Politics को निकाल के, because if you ask any direct question to Rahul Narwekar, he first starts by telling you what a terrible person you are, etc., etc. Today we will remove all that. We will only answer questions factually. We've done a little bit of work. We have some papers with us. And I will only ask small questions, let's say factual replies. Viewers, please note whether the panelists are answering directly. So my first question goes, and I want quick replies. See, my questions will be short. I want short replies. My first question, let's have a, what do they call it? Rapid fire round. Rapid fire. Let's have a rapid fire round. Okay. First rapid fire and short answers. Please tell me, Rahul Narwekar, what explains in the context of Samjhauta the fact that the Pakistani citizen with his address in Lahore, apprehended under the Passports Act, was suddenly released without evidence just 10 days after he was apprehended? What's your rapid fire answer?
Well, Mr. Arnab Goswami, my answer to you is very simple, that the courts have considered all these facts, and the very fact that they are continuing with the investigation in the
rapid fire rebut
in the manner in which it is.
No.
Volumes.
Okay, no. That was not the question. What explains the fact? Do you have I think Mahesh Jethmalani wanted to respond to you. The fact is that a Pakistani citizen who, as per the police themselves, was using false identities and forged signatures during his stay in India, just released, let off. Is that a good answer? Should the Congress body explain what it was doing? And after the Pakistani is released, Mahesh Jethmalani, quick rapid fire response from you on that. After the Pakistani is released, you quickly blame, this whole thing on Hindu terror. You don't tell the country what you were doing on the release of the Pakistani. Mahesh Jethmalani, you want to take a question or you want to respond?
Rapid fire.
Yeah.
The rapid fire answer to that is clearly there was an attempt at suppressing the truth and promoting a new theory. That's the rapid fire answer. Okay. But if you ask Rahul Narwekar, he'll be so circuitous that his rapid fire will rapidly tire us.
No. Rahul, you've lost this part. You lost this round. Next question on the rapid fire round goes to Saba.
I would like to answer this rapid fire question.
अरे मुझे rapid fire question पूछने दीजिए. आप लोग question नहीं पूछ सकते. आप सिर्फ जवाब देंगे, please. आज तो मुझे थोड़ा.
नहीं, मैं जवाब देना चाहता हूँ इसका.
नहीं, आप जवाब नहीं दे सकते. ऐसे भी बीजेपी का कोई भी आंसर रैपिड फायर नहीं होता है. सुनिए मेरी बात. ऐसे भी बीजेपी का आंसर्स कभी रैपिड फायर नहीं होता है.
नहीं, एक लाइन में मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ.
My second question.
इनका केवल उद्देश्य ये था कि पाकिस्तान की मदद करके भी अगर बीजेपी को डिमोलिश कर सकते हैं तो करेंगे. जो आज तक जारी है मणिशंकर अय्यर और सलमान खुर्शीद के बयानों से आज भी वो प्रूव हो रहा है. फितरत वही है, चेहरे और माहौल बदल रहा है सिर्फ.
जो पार्टी मानती है कि हर आतंकवादी मुसलमान होता है, उसे इस बारे में बोलने का
there he brings the Muslim angle. You bring in the Muslim angle. You bring in the Muslim angle. Rahul Narwekar becomes convenient.
No.
You don't want to focus on the
Bharatiya Janata Party.
You bring in the Muslim angle. Please don't do that.
Yesterday,
but your topmost leadership of United Progressive Alliance has such a regressive statement like Hindu terror, Saffron terror, and so on and so forth, that even Sushil Kumar Shinde, as Home Minister of India, has used the phrase Hindu Atangwad, and it was getting a shabashi from Hafiz Saeed in Pakistan.
Has he said that or not?
राहुल नार्वेकर चिल्लाने से कुछ नहीं होगा. रैपिड फायर क्वेश्चन, अगला रैपिड फायर क्वेश्चन सभा को जा रहा है. रैपिड फायर राउंड चल रहा है. No, there is no rapid fire shouting in this round. One second. Saba, here's a question. A larger question that emerges following our latest investigation on Samjhauta. Larger question that emerges following our latest investigation on Samjhauta. Rapid fire question to Saba Naqvi. Saba, in your view, was it a coincidence that the GRP was pursuing a specific Pakistani lead into the Samjhauta attacks in 2007? and the Ministry of Home Affairs note from 2007 also saw patterns between Samjhauta and the Mecca Masjid blast, where the Ministry of Home Affairs then suspected a Lashkar-e-Toiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed role in the latter. Was it a coincidence in your view that both the GRP and the MHA were probing specific Pakistani angle into the Samjhauta attack, as per our investigations?
No, obviously, if there is, Arnab, if there is going to be any blast, any terrorist attack in India, the first thing to do is to investigate the Pakistani.
No, it's not as shallow as that. Listen, no, one sec, no, we are putting a conspiracy theory. I think, one sec, you are saying we Indians have a problem. Anything happens in our country, we blame the poor Pakistanis. Please don't give me that kind of argument. In this particular case,
no, I'm not saying that. I am not saying that, Arnab.
No, there's a specific lead. But there's a specific lead. There is a Pakistani citizen. There is a Pakistani citizen who, as per the police themselves,
lead, and it should be followed.
But
follow every
what
lead.
So no, one second. If I were to ask you, what explains?
Followed. Every lead should be followed.
But
I should.
Right. So the Pakistani lead was not followed. No, but the Pakistani lead was not followed. Why?
Can I finish? Arnab, every lead should be followed even now, but why should we dismiss other leads? Let's look at the 2008 Malegaon blast cases, where there was another narrative also. Hemant Karkare died at the hands of a Pakistani terrorist. He also built another case. Follow every lead against every Pakistani terrorist group, but don't whitewash another small
There's no whitewashing here. There's no whitewashing. There's no
also committed certain crimes.
Okay, wait. I think Mahesh Jethmalani is responding. Mahesh Jethmalani is responding. No, this is rapid fire. Saba, this is rapid fire. Saba, this is rapid fire.
Rapid fire manner. What Saba is saying.
No, watch it. Okay, I want one of you. 15-second rapid fire response. Go on.
No, I want to give a rapid fire response to what Saba is saying.
Yeah, go on. Go on.
She is saying that why everything is having a suspicion all the time towards Pakistan. It is not India. It's the entire world which is pointing towards Pakistan. Osama bin Laden was there. It was nothing to do with RSS, BJP or the Saffron terror. So it is a global terror scenario. Do not try to minimize the scale or with the vested interest our political opponents are trying to give a narrative based on their vested interest in the Indian domestic politics.
Was there no fears in the RSS about Abhinav Bharat? Sudhanshu, what was Abhinav Bharat? What were those transcripts?
Mahesh Jethmalani responding. Mahesh Jethmalani raises hand. Mahesh Jethmalani responding to Saba. Mahesh Jethmalani. Yeah, Mahesh Jethmalani. Mahesh Jethmalani is responding to you, Saba.
Arnab, you're going to have to. I have to leave, so I'm just going to say quickly. I'm not going to give you a rapid fire answer, but just a 2-minute answer to what Saba has raised. Nobody is saying that Malegaon 2008 has a different narrative from what has been said. Either they are guilty or they are innocent, and it's Abhinav Bharat and its members. But as far as Samjhauta Express is concerned, and as far as Malegaon 2006 is concerned, there are two very contradictory narratives which are both current in a charge sheet. And let me tell you that there is a reason for this, why it's happening.
Fair enough.
These were the two of the biggest explosions in which Muslim lives were lost over here. One was 68 people, mainly Pakistanis, killed in Panipat in Samjhauta. And the other, as I said, 30 Muslims lost in Malegaon 2006. Malegaon 2008 had 6 Muslims who were killed. But these were the two biggest. And because they were done by Pakistani-inspired or Pakistani crossover terrorists. That is why it was very necessary for Pakistan, because they had killed Muslim brethren to change that narrative. And somebody in this country helped the LET to change that narrative. That's all I'm saying. I'm not denying that there is counter-Hindu terrorism. I'm not denying that. But I'm saying in these two cases, because the ramification for the Pakistani deep state was so profound, they would be so unpopular that they had killed so many of their brethren in this country that they had to whitewash it. And somebody in this country helped LET and the Pakistan deep state to do that.
Who's that somebody, Mahesh? Who's that somebody? Who's that somebody, Mahesh? Who's that somebody? Okay, 1 second. Who's that somebody? I think BSP representative.
I want to ask a question to Sudhanshu Trivedi.
One second.
And I partly agree.
No, I want to ask a question to Sudhanshu Trivedi in the larger context of the debate which is taking place. And my question is, it is these people who are inviting ISI in Pathankot. It is these people whose government is there in Jammu and Kashmir. They are not even able to even raise a tricolor
That's
over
a political
their flag.
issue. Let's
so
leave it.
therefore, please don't tell the nation and others that who is a terrorist and who is a patriot and who is a nationalist.
Okay, now my question to you and my last question tonight. No, we are not getting responses on that one. No, this is not political.
Mr. Bhadoria, your party BSP was a part of that UPA during whose regime even the chief minister and governor were not able to fly off the tricolor flag, national flag in Srinagar. In the entire decade of 1990s, it was only possible after we came in power on 26th of January 1999. 26 January 15 August को झंडा नहीं फहरा सकते थे. And you are talking about
Rahul Narwekar, last question tonight. Last question tonight on this round goes to Rahul Narwekar, and then we close this part of the debate, and the debate continues at 10 p.m. tonight. Rahul Narwekar, my last question to you is this. Rahul Narwekar is taking the last question. Sudhanshu Trivedi, 1 minute, please wait. Rahul Narwekar, now this is becoming extremely serious. This is becoming extremely serious. If we let off a major Pakistani suspect called Azmat, we should now ask, where is this Azmat now? What about his false identities? Why did the Congress-led government carry out an abrupt burial of the initial Pakistani lead into the Samjhauta blast? And Rahul Narwekar, please be honest tonight. Please, last part of the question, and then you can answer this as clearly as you want. My question to you tonight is this. What should be the price? What should be the price of helping Pakistan-based terrorists? What should be the price that those who help Pakistan-based terrorists should pay tonight? What is the price for that? Is that not a betrayal of the nation?
Arnab, you are making... Hold your horses. Arnab, you are making hollow allegations with regards to a particular government helping a Pakistani operator handler.
I am saying a Pakistani suspect was released.
Actually gone and let off terrorists who have killed people in this country. We are talking about a government which has actually taken terrorists in an aircraft and handed them over to the Pakistanis. What comparison?
You're saying we can let off a suspect.
But I am talking about events. Which are factual.
You are saying IC-814. You are saying IC-814 is a justification to letting off a Lashkar suspect.
I also need to tell you. Constantly you've been accusing the UPA of acting in a manner which is prejudicial to the justice in this country. Let me tell you, the initial investigation which lent towards Pakistani handlers being involved was also an investigation under a UPA government in Maharashtra. If there were any ulterior motives, they wouldn't have come to this conclusion, or the investigation wouldn't have been led in
you don't believe that we gave a clean chit to Pakistan for political ends even after all the details that I put out to you tonight? Don't you know that a Pakistani angle was being investigated, and even the American government said that the Samjhauta was carried out by the Lashkar-e-Toiba? So many details. Have you put a blindfold on yourself tonight?
There is no question of giving a clean chit to Pakistan. We have always questioned Pakistan and their motives, but we will not allow certain extremist organizations in this country to act under the guise of the activities being carried out by Pakistanis.
Does that include Simi? Does that include Simi?
Every extremist organization. That includes each and every extremist organization that is functional in this country.
Viewers, we put out certain facts tonight so far as debate number 1 is concerned. On debate number 2, and we are getting a lot of responses from viewers across the country tonight. On debate number 2, the big picture. What is the overall implication of a U-turn in the context of terrorism? When any government begins to look the other way, when facts appear, what are the consequences for the country? And once again tonight, I'm asking you viewers, what should be the price for helping Pakistan, helping the Lashkar-e-Toiba, cover up its footprints and conceal its fingerprints on terror. The debate continues. It's just started. Come back to the Newshour in a few minutes.